Welcome back. Have you ever wondered how insurance companies figure out compensation for car accidents and workers' compensation? I know I have. Well, luckily, this morning we are being joined by attorney and author of The Road to Justice, Mr. Christopher Schwartz. He is the owner and founder of Schwartz Law Firm, and he is here to help answer some of those questions. Welcome to the show, published author.
Good morning, Malik. How are you doing?
I am wonderful, and honestly, I'm doing really great today because thank you for the copy of the book in advance. I spent a couple of days reading it. It's a great book because you don't use all of that legal jargon that a lot of us may see in the reports and stuff. What made you want to write this book? Because it really is a good one.
Well, one of the reasons I wrote this book is because insurance companies really do bad things to people. They like to make them feel powerless and like to say they're at fault. And I wrote the book to show people how they can fight the insurance companies, how they can learn how to fight their tricks, and how to win a case. Now, the book is in no way legal advice. You need to contact a lawyer if you have any questions about legal matters. But it's a good place to start so you can see some of the tricks to be careful of with insurance companies.
I completely agree. It's such an honest book, and thank you for being so honest in the book. In the book, you also have many tips that you want people to know about. Can you share one of the tips in the book with us today?
Sure. Generally, to have a personal injury case, you have to be hurt through someone else's negligence. You have to have an injury. And the negligence is shown when somebody has a legal obligation to provide safety to you, and they choose a less safe matter that caused the injury. Now, if you have an injury, insurance companies will say it's a pre-existing condition
Hmm.
because you were hurt, with a similar body part, and they will try to focus, well, you were hurt before and the same body part. So then they're trying to say, well, you weren't injured. And that's where things get a little bit tricky. You need a lawyer who knows how to look at these cases because a lot of times people may have had pre-existing conditions.
Hmm.
However, they were pain-free for years and they weren't taking pain medicine and they were not physically restricted. So you need a lawyer who has experience to show how these pre-existing conditions were not the cause of the present injury.
It's true
So
because
that's
that's what I
what,
like about the book as well. All throughout the book, you give us these scenarios that we really may go through when dealing with a personal injury attorney, and you really give us that behind the scenes. The only the lawyers know about stuff, and I really appreciate it. I really learned a lot in this book, and I also learned a lot about workers' compensation, which you talk about in the book as well. What are some of the common misconceptions you can tell us about compensation? What's all included when we get workers' compensation?
sure. Workers' compensation is a employee benefit that the employer has to pay. It does not come out of your paycheck. Okay. The employer cannot charge you for workers' compensation.
Mm.
Workers' compensation does not cover pain and suffering. Workers' compensation will cover your reasonable medical treatment and will cover your lost wages while you are out of work. And now, if there's no light duty available, the employer has to pay you workers' comp or has to find you a modified duty job.
And are there any
Um,
problems that come with workers' compensation and dealing with those type of claims?
sure, you have to see the company doctor. The employer has the right for you to see a doctor of their choice. However, you can choose a doctor of your choice as well. And a lot of times, these insurance companies won't tell you that. And they want you to stick with their doctor because he will probably release you back to work. So you have to be careful with how you choose a doctor, and you need to find an experienced lawyer who knows these things because a lot of lawyers don't handle workers' compensation claims.
Right.
You need someone who has experience because it is a very specific field that a lot of people need help on.
They do for sure. And that's why you wrote this book. As you can see, friends, look at all those degrees on his wall. He is definitely he knows what he's talking about. It's a great book. Congratulations. Again, it's called The
Thank you.
Road to Justice. And here's some good news. We have a special offer for our great debuers. The first 50 people to come in for a free consultation, you will get The Road to Justice for free. To contact the law firm, all you have to do is log on to lawyerschwartz.com or call 504-837-2263.